and remaining softwares downloaded, but
They are downloaded.
Windows server is not getting.
Correct. So small softwares will download. Okay. So in case if the softwares are big, it will be failed. Definitely, it will be failed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes,
Sir.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Ravindra.
Yes, Ravindra.
Sir, ఇప్పుడు నా ల్యాప్టాప్ వచ్చి Windows 10 హోమ్ సార్.
Very good.
వచ్చి అయితే 8 GB ర్యామ్, SSD 256 సార్.
Very good.
ఇప్పుడు నేను మామూలుగా యాక్చువల్గా Oracle VM డౌన్లోడ్ చేసినాను. అది అన్ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి Azure చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్.
Why to uninstall Oracle VM? You can keep it right. No issues. You can keep your Oracle VM. You can happily parallelly you can practice with Azure VM also.
ఓకే సార్, చేసుకోవచ్చు.
Yeah. Happily we can do that.
రిమోట్ డెస్క్టాప్ పని చేయట్లేదు కదా సార్.
For Azure VMs it will work.
అంటే సరిపోద్ది కదా సార్ SSD తక్కువైనా?
Yes. See, you are using Azure VM, so no issues about your resources. It don't use your RAM, it don't use your SSD hard disk. Completely it is going to use Microsoft resources. Okay, as you are creating the machine in the Azure, you will simply use MSTSC in your laptop. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any doubts?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I was absent yesterday. Sorry for that.
Okay, no problem. Tell me, Srikanth, what is your doubt?
Nothing, sir. Actually, sir, where do we practice this SQL, sir? Either in Oracle Box or Azure VM, sir.
Your wish, completely your wish. Okay.
Or my local server.
That is also your wish.
So I can practice anywhere.
Anywhere you can practice, but for the real time, either go for Oracle VM or Azure VM. Okay. So
sir.
I am just earlier also we discussed, yesterday also we discussed. This is only in our class we'll discuss how to do it on Azure on-prem, how to do it on your Oracle VM also. But creating the machine is somewhat different. Once we created the machine, that is also Windows Server. This is also Windows Server. Guys, there are two laptops. One is your laptop. Second one is your friend's laptop. Okay. Your friend is maintaining his own laptop. So you want to install SQL Server in your friend's laptop. Are the things going to be changed in your friend's laptop? Are the process is going to be changed in your friend's laptop?
No, sir.
Process is same, right? At the end of the day, that's your laptop or your friend's laptop. Process is same. Okay, so no worries, guys, whether it is Oracle VM or Azure VM. So I'll show you how to do both, how to configure the machine on both environments. It's your wish, which one is comfortable to you. If you are okay with Oracle VM, go with Oracle VM. If you're okay with Azure VM, go with Azure VM. No issues at all. But the process is same. Creating the machines process is different, guys. In the Oracle, we'll create VM, again we'll install Windows operating system, and then we'll install .NET framework, and then we'll enable the remote settings, and then we'll connect it. That is the process for Oracle. Whereas in the Azure VM, we'll simply select the image, we'll simply select the region, we'll simply select the name, we'll simply select the username, password. Okay, we'll simply select some basic settings, and automatically the OS, you will get the VM with the OS installation itself. That is the only difference between both Oracle VM and your Azure VM, guys. Once the machine is created, no matter what machine it is, whether Azure VM or Oracle VM, the process is same. .NET framework you have to install, and you have to proceed for the SQL Server installation. Process is same, guys. Sir, we just discussed in the Azure VM. You didn't show me how to do it in the Oracle VM. Okay, so there is no matter, guys, whether the machine is from yours, whether the machine is from Microsoft. Okay, there is no difference at all. Whatever things I am doing on Azure VM, same things you have to do it in the Oracle VM also. That is the only two differences between the Azure and Oracle VM. No, sir, I don't want to continue on Oracle VM or Azure VM. I want to install in my local laptop. Happily, you can install in your local laptop, no issues. But it doesn't look like a real-time setup and configuration, guys.
Will we have
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, please continue.
Sir, will we have in real time Oracle Watch, either Oracle Watch
That
reports or
companies wish, okay, that
it's
companies
depend upon
wish,
company,
yes,
right?
companies wish, okay, that they may use VMware, they may use Oracle, they may use Google Cloud, not Google Cloud, sorry, hypervisor, Hyper-V,
Hypervisor.
yes, Hyper-V, or else they may use your Azure VMs. Again, at the end of the day, you will simply get server name and IP address. Once you logged into the server, you don't find any differences between a VMware machine, Oracle VM machine, Azure VM machine, or your particular Hyper-V machine. There is no difference at all, guys. How you are preparing is only the different thing. Once prepared, same thing on all environments.
Okay. Sir, there are a question.
Yes, yes.
How to assign, sir, dynamic port number and IP address of SQL server? Because if you are connecting a server name as a database engine server name, that is called computer name by default. But in the organization, some are using to the IP address and the port number.
Correct.
So, sir, how to assign the this port number and which IP provided this Azure
See,
IP and this
we
port
cannot
number?
assign IP address for SQL Server directly. Okay. So
Okay,
what we
okay.
can do is the machine name is common, right? Every machine will have a IP address, right? So you can
Yes,
use
yes.
machine IP address. But in our
Okay.
cases, machine IP addresses are dynamic, so you won't connect using the dynamic IP address. For that, in the organization, we'll have static IP address, guys. Okay, static IP addresses. Say, for example, I have two instances. Okay, so I want to connect to these two instances. So while connecting to these two instances, if it is if you are connecting through name, then you are going to give the server name. Or else I have two named instances. In that case, how can I use my IP address? If there are two named instances, give your machine name, machine IP address, and the port number is going to be different. Named instance 1, there is a separate port number. Named instance 2, there is a separate port number. But the IP address is same, 10.0.0.25, comma port number 1433. 10.0.0.25, comma port number 1459. So in that case, it is going to vary. Okay, so for that, you need a static IP address. Okay, and then you are able to connect using IP address, comma port number.
Okay, so sir, this configuration is DBA or Windows team?
No, port number we are going to set it. Port number, see, I'll show you how to set the port number, not an issue. That's not an
Okay.
issue. I'll show you how to set the port number and all.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Sir,
Any doubts?
Sir,
Yes,
I
Okay,
have a
okay.
couple of questions, sir.
Regular
Two, three
friend,
questions like
Pankam.
that. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So actually, my question is that we installed SQL Server 27.
Okay.
So in base directory folder, couple of folders are created like 80, 90, 110, 140.
Correct.
And client SDK and MSSQL default instance name.
Yes.
And after that, here my question is that why SQL Server 27 supports other particular versions which are like 2000 based on binaries I'm telling, sir, which are 2000,
See, why
2005,
SQL Server supports other version means it's not like that. Okay, so some basic features or some basic supported files will be there in other version binaries. Okay, so that's why you see you are not getting completely other versions. You are only getting the supported files. Agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Instead of again creating everything in a new folder, what they did is they just structured like that. Basic features you can get it from other, whatever basic features are there, basic setup files are there, that you can get it from old version folders. That's it. Okay, there is nothing behind, there is no secret in that. They just designed like that, Microsoft designed like that. That's why even though you install 2017, you can still see 80, 90 and 100 folders, 100 or 110 folders you can see.
Actually, 2014, 2012, these are missing, sir. The supporting binaries are for these are missing.
No. That
Actually,
supporting binaries
2000
can be found in your latest version of folder. Okay, that you can find it in the 140 like that. It's not missing. Okay, it's not missing.
Okay.
Don't think all you will get it. All folders 2017 means 140, so 130, 120, 110. I have to get all the folders. No. As per the structure, whatever binaries are there, whatever binaries are already created in those folders, it will be there. If any new binaries are there, it will be copied into your the latest version binaries folder, 140 folder.
Suppose if I installed SQL Server 2019, so maybe it will vary, sir, about binaries folder.
Same. See, if you install 2019, you might get 2017, 80, 90 again common, 80, 90, 100 or 110 common. Then you might get your particular 140 and 150. You might get it. Okay, if you
sir.
want, you can just install in your local laptop. Okay, local laptop, it will support installing 2019, but on Windows 2012, you cannot install 2019, guys.
Okay, sir. Actually, Microsoft is not providing any support to earlier versions of
Yes,
2012, right? Right,
yes,
sir.
correct.
But we are supporting as binary folders.
See, that is
I
different.
think
This is
what
different. That
the
is support.
secret?
This is support
Yes, sir.
files. Okay, don't think if we have binary files, so the completely different outcome. Okay, there is no meaning for that question. Okay, Microsoft is not supporting means it don't extend its support. Whatever issues are there on 2012, it don't support. As a DBS, you have to support it. Why you are comparing Microsoft support and your support files? Do you think if support files and folders are there, they have to support?
No, sir.
Agree? So those are the
Yes.
required files that needs to be used while running the SQL server. Okay,
sir.
got the point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And also, sir, you upgraded SQL Server 2017 to 2019 for
Correct.
your local machine, sir.
Yes.
So can you connect through SQL Management Studio for 2019 also, right, sir?
Happily. See, upgraded means once upgradation, I can only see the upgraded version. I cannot connect to 2017 again. Why? Because that is overwritten. That is overwritten to 2019. So now happily I can connect to 2019, but I cannot connect to 2017. Why? Because that was overwritten, guys. Right? Once it is upgraded means what? See, you have PhonePe app. Regularly you are going to install updates on the PhonePe app. Once you updated the PhonePe app, can you connect to old PhonePe app?
No, sir.
No, not possible, right? So that was already overwritten as a new PhonePe app. That's why you are able to connect to that PhonePe app. You can see only one PhonePe. You don't see, okay, old PhonePe, new PhonePe. So which PhonePe I have to connect? You don't see.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Any questions, guys, please? No questions. Okay, just 1 minute. Okay, done. Right. So some of you people are getting like this, guys. Okay. 1 minute. Someone, Panindra completed the assignment. Computer name named pipes. Pipe / SQL / query. Pipe SQL local NP. What is this NP, Panindra?
Yes, sir. I am also completed, sir.
Okay, good. Just
I-
please
I-
post
I
your
mean-
answers. Please post your answers in the chat. What is this NP, Panindra? NP localhost. NP dot. What is that?
I don't know actually. NP, sir. I searched in Google.
You searched in the Google, copy pasted here. Okay, that's fine. Guys, anyone completed how many ways we can connect to the default instance? Anyone completed that assignment?
Sir. One is IP config and
Very good.
followed by comma port number
Very
and then
good.
/ dot pipe and also SQL
Sir,
local.
yes, sir. Sir,
Please-
lot of ways are there. in Google,
Please
so
post your
like
message.
21/7.
Yes, correct. Please post your message in the particular chat, Zoom chat. In the main,
Sir,
just you
sir,
can post it. Yeah.
Sir, it's Panindra, sir.
Yes, Panindra, tell me.
Sir, in Google, I find 21 ways to connect the SQL server, sir.
Oh, 21 ways.
Yes.
Good, man. Good, good.
Yes, sir,
But
is there, but
how to connect the IP address, sir? I can't connect, sir. That's why I'm
Actually, for IP, forget about IP address. For IP address, we should have a static IP address. Okay, with the dynamic IP address, we cannot connect.
sir, how to find static IP?
We don't find it, sir. Once machine is created, network team will assign one static IP address. Okay, it's
Okay.
not like finding issue. Actually, our IP address is dynamic IP address. We can set static IP address also, but it won't work for us. In the organization, we'll have extra setup for that. And using static IP address, comma port number. Static means it won't change whenever you restart. Dynamic means
Okay.
whenever you restart, the IP address is going to be changed. That is the main
Okay.
challenge. Okay.
Sir, what is loopback IP?
Forget about it. Forget about it. As of now, I don't concentrate on this loopback IP and all. That is completely different. Okay. So in that case, in case if we are going to use it, I'll explain about this loopback IP address. Okay.
Okay. Sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. No problem. Specifying port number, computer name with prefix. Ramapriya, computer name with prefix NP. Computer name with prefix, specifying port number. Double backslash dot backslash pipe slash equal slash query. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you for completing the assignments. IP config. Not IP config, Madhavi. I guess it's IP address.
yeah, sir.
Okay. Double backslash dot backslash pipes equal local MS SQL Server IP config port number. Okay. Done. What is this, Pravina? Haruna. What is this, Harun? Localhost dot system IP. That's okay. But what is this, Harun, Pravina?
Sir, Google search చేస్తే కనపడింది సార్.
Control C, Control V, enter. Right? Fine. No issues. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Right. So let me show you one thing. So while downloading the SQL software, okay, Control Shift Alt H. While downloading the SQL software, sometimes people are getting this error. Okay, your current security settings do not allow this file to be downloaded. Okay, you can see here in the Azure VMs. In the Azure VMs, you are getting this. And of course, yesterday we discussed it, right? In case if you are getting that what we can say bad request when you copy paste your SQL Server 2017 software link in the browser, if you are getting bad request or your current security settings do not allow, or you will get a box, guys. You have to keep on adding the websites. You have to add 10 to 15 times, then you can download it. That is the solution. What if you are getting like this, your current security settings, okay, do not allow this file to be downloaded? In this case, what we have to do, how to fix this issue, guys, I'll tell you. Okay, so yes, let me go to the Azure VM. This is Azure VM, guys. Let me open Internet Explorer. So I hope everyone knows how to open Internet Explorer in the Azure VM, right? Still having any confusion how to open Internet Explorer in the Azure VM?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right?
No.
Let me open Internet Explorer. Who just joined? Guys? Someone joined just now. Who is that? Okay, Srinivasa. Okay, done. Fine. And right. So once you open this one, here in the browser settings, internet options. Okay, internet options. Go to security. Go to internet. Okay, by default trusted will be selected. Go to internet. Go to custom level. Here, if you go down, okay, downloads will be disabled, guys, by default. Downloads, file downloads or downloads, you can see. Okay, file downloads or downloads option will be disabled. Just enable it. See, you can see here, right? Downloads. Okay, file download. Usually it will be disabled Just enable it and click OK, guys. That's it. Yatish, can you try and let me know whether you are able to do that? Okay. Just downloads, in the download section, file download by default, it will be disabled, and you can click enable and click OK.
Okay, okay, sir.
And then you can
Okay,
click, finally you can click OK. Okay. So in that way,
Okay,
you
sir.
can download files in case if it is throwing this kind of error, bad request and all. Okay. Bad
Okay, sir.
request or your current security settings do not allow this file to be downloaded. Guys, how many of you completed SQL Server installation? Please raise your hands.
I completed, sir.
Please, okay, that's fine. Please raise your hands, guys. How many of you? Of course, some of you are already completed by yesterday itself, but any fresh people, yesterday they might install SQL Server and all. Okay. Okay, fine, guys. Okay, chalo. So let's try to tell you one thing, one important thing, guys. Very good. SSMS also very good. I have completed Roja. Good, good. So Ankam, Pravina, good, fine. So changing the port number. Sometimes we'll get a request from the customers, or else we have to change the port number. So how to change the port number once we install the SQL Server, right? So guys, we have one more tool with us. We have one more tool with us that is called Configuration Manager. Good, Rama. Good. Okay, so we have one more tool with us. Apart from your Management Studio, Management Studio will help you to connect to the servers. Agree? Right? Management Studio to help you to connect to the servers. Right? So in the Management Studio, what is the shortcut, guys, to open the Management Studio? SSMS you can type, or SS you can type, or for earlier versions in the run, directly open run, type SSMS, guys. Okay, but for the new versions, if you type in the run, if you type SSMS, it will throw the error. Okay, it will throw the error if you type SSMS. Might be if it is opening means might be my local SSMS is opening. So SSMS. Okay, you will get error like this. Windows cannot find SSMS. Make sure you type name correctly. Okay, for new versions, you cannot use SSMS shortcut. Okay, so what you have to do, simply hit Windows button. Just guys, if you don't see Windows button here I don't see Windows button, right? Or start button. In your keyboard, start button or Windows button is there, right? Just hit that Windows button in your keyboard. That's it. Okay, just hit the Windows button. Then you can see SQL Server Management Studio. In this way, you can open SQL Server Management Studio, guys. This is one way of opening SQL Server Management Studio. Or else just hit Windows button, type SS, you will get this Management Studio. You can just select this Management Studio as well. And once you just open the Management Studio, there you know, right, how to connect to the servers, how to disconnect to the disconnect the servers from the Management Studio, right? Agree? How to refresh the servers. I hope everyone knows, right? How to refresh the servers, how to connect, how to disconnect. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
you
Yes, sir.
can connect to the default instance using multiple names, guys. Computer name, dot, localhost, and there are a lot of other ways also to connect to the server. Okay, what we can say, to connect to the server in the Management Studio. And you know how to open a query window, and you know how to write a query window, and you know how to execute a query, and you know how to check the output. Agree? Correct, guys? So I hope you all knows all these things, right? Chalo, this is one tool that we are going to manage. We have another tool also, guys. We have another tool also that is called your what we can say, configuration manager, guys. Configuration manager. So using configuration manager also, what we can do, we can handle the machines, not connect. We can handle the machines, guys. Okay, so how to open configuration manager? Just hit the Windows button again. Just type config. Okay, config. Just type like this. I'm sorry. Let me give the complete spelling. Config. CONFIG. Just type like this. Config. You will get SQL Server 2017 Configuration Manager. Guys, this is one more tool. By using this tool, we are able to start the services, SQL services. We can stop the SQL services. Okay, all the SQL related services you can see here, guys. In the services.msc, we can see all the services, including other software services also. And whenever you install any software in the Windows machine, it will run as a service, guys. Okay, whenever you install any software in your Windows machine, any software, either it is a SQL Server or Zoom or antivirus or Windows Media Player or VLC player or movies, anything. Each software will, or notepad or work, or what is that, Word document or Excel sheet, each application will run as a service in the Windows machine. So in the services.msc, you can see all the services, SQL services, non-SQL services and all. Whereas in the configuration manager, you can only see SQL related services, guys. You can only see SQL related services. You don't see other services. See, you can see there are 4 services. I have installed my SQL server, so I got these 4 services, guys. Actually, you will get the 6 services. Okay, so you can, here you can see only 4 services, but in the services.ms you can see the 6 services, guys. I want to change the port number, right? So go to the network configuration, expand this network configuration, select the protocols of default instance, which instance you want to say share. What is this? Sir, enable, sir. What is enable? Okay, okay, done. It was enabled, right? And you are able to download, right, Atish? You can start downloading. We'll see. Got the same thing. Close the browser and open it, or restart it. It will help you restart the server. Okay. Right. Okay. So here you can see network configuration, guys. How many instances you have installed? You can see protocols of all the instances here. In my case, there is only one instance, so that's why I can see protocols of my default instance. Okay. So by default, TCP IP will be disabled. So TCP IP will help you to connect to the server remotely, guys. So enable the TCP IP, right click enable, and once you enable the TCP IP, guys, you have to restart the SQL server. Okay, so it will see, you can see any changes made will be saved. However, they will need take effect until the service is stopped and restarted. Okay, click OK, guys. Right, so it was enabled, but it will take effect when you restart the SQL server. Right, guys, how to change the port number? Once you enable the TCP IP, go to the properties, go to the IP addresses tab. If you go down, guys, by default, the port number per default instance is what, guys? Can anyone tell me?
1433.
Okay, 1433. So by guys, sometimes in the interview they will ask this question, simple question itself, but they will ask you what is the port number for, okay, TCP port number for SQL server, guys. 1433. Port means simply it's a connection, guys. A simple word, it's a connection. With this number, it is going to listen all the traffic, guys. It is going to communicate with outside the world. Okay, this is just a door number kind of thing. We have door numbers, right? We have door numbers. So once we open the door, then only we can communicate with others, right, outside people. In the same way, for SQL server, 1433 is one door. Okay, by using this door, it is going to connect to the server, guys. It is going to communicate with the server, right? 1433 is the default port number for default instance. However, we can change it from configuration manager. Go to configuration manager, go to SQL server network configuration. Okay, and then select which instance port number you want to change. Select that instance, particular protocols of that instance. Go to the TCP IP properties, make sure TCP IP is enabled. I want to change it. Now go to the IP address section. Last, you have to go down. You can see lot of 1433, guys, right? The IP1, IP2, IP3, like that. IP5 will be there. Finally, you can see, okay, TCP port for IP all. Okay, you can change it here, guys. Okay, you can change it here. By default, no need to change port number for default instance. For named instance, if you want to change, you can change it. Sir, which number I have to do? You have to follow your organization process. In the organization, they will fix one number. You have to use that number only to change it. Usually it's a 4-digit number, guys. Okay, a 4-digit number, 1499 or 1438. So something around like that. Okay, they are going to give one default port number. So in this way, we have to change the port number for the instances, guys. Is it clear? Once you change it, then what you have to do it, you have to restart the same. Changing port number, enabling the TCP IP port needs a downtime, guys. We have to restart the SQL server. Once you have installed or once you have changed the port number, go to the SQL server services, select the main service. This is the main service, guys. Select the main service, and this is the restart button. You can restart it, or else right click, you can choose restart, guys. Once you change the port number, you have to restart it. So you cannot change port number during business hours. Why? Because as it needs restart, A restart means it's a downtime activity that you cannot do it in the business hours. Might be you can do it in the non-business hours, like after 6 p.m. or after during the weekends, Saturday, Sundays and all. You can usually no need to change it. But post installation, we are going to change the port number, guys. Post installation for named instances, we are going to change the port number. In the build sheet, I told you, right, while installing SQL Server, in the build sheet, in the organization, we will have build sheets. In the build sheet, you can see all these things, port numbers and all. Okay. Once installation is done, you can change the port number for the instance, guys. And after changing, you can restart it. As it is a post installation, no need to take any approval. Once the server is completely ready, once the server goes live, then if you want to change it, you have to take the proper approvals, guys. Is it clear? Any issues, any doubts, please? Any issues, guys? Any issues, any doubts, please?
No, sir.
Sir, I'm having one doubt.
Yes, yes, tell me, please.
Yeah, actually, on what basis they will decide the port number for the named instances? Is there any basis they will follow, or else directly they will give the dynamic number?
See, there is nothing like that. They will follow. See, they don't blindly give any number. That number should be opened from Windows machine side, guys. Okay, it's like a, see, there is an
Okay.
apartment. There is an apartment. In the apartment, you will have the main door, and again, each individual flat its own door. Agree? Imagine apartment is a Windows server. Okay, and your particular each individual flat as a SQL servers. In the apartment, you will have multiple flats. In the same way, in the Windows server, you will have multiple SQL servers. Each apartment will have its own door number. Agree? Agree, right? Each
Yes.
apartment will have its own door number. So it's like even though you opened a port, see, even though you opened a port, even though you assign one port number to SQL server, again, make sure that port number is opened, okay, from the Windows server side. Who will do that, sir? Your network team is going to do that. So before giving or assigning one port number to SQL server, make sure that port is opened. How to check port is opened or not? You can use telnet. You can use telnet option. I want to see whether this port number is opened or not. So you can open the command prompt, guys. Right, in the command prompt, you can just type telnet and port number. Okay, CMD, right? Telnet port number. I want to check 1433. Okay. So actually the problem is there is no telnet installed here. Guys, the meeting is going to end. Please reconnect again with the same link, guys. Please use the same link to join again.